Hello, this is Sheshe coming to you today with a flower tutorial on how to make what I'm calling the Starburst Bloom. And it looks like this. It's nice and sparkly. I put some Stella on it. So let's get started. I'm making this flower using the retro punch. It looks like this. And to show you how I get my edges, I use a tool called the Triple Mini. It's a corner rounder. I got it off of Amazon. I just stick my petal inside and I punch it like this. And I get this edge. Okay, so let's get started. What you'll need for the project is some styluses or whatever you have around the house with a rounded edge. You'll need a big stylus with a round tool like this, but this will work just as fine. You'll also need a curling tool. I recommend a paintbrush end like this to get your petals to curl like this. So you'll need that. I did purchase this, but I found that it was really difficult to use, so I'm not going to use that today. I'm going to use the paintbrush. You will need something for your centers. I'm using the McGill Starburst, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure. Or you can use a snowflake punch or whatever you have. You can cut out a paper strip. The color of my petals is Memento ink. Angel Pink is one color. And then I gave it a two-tone look, so I'm using Marvy Matchables, and it's bubblegum. So you'll need a water bottle to spray 2 of your layers. The third layer, I don't recommend that you wet it down. You'll need some glue and a cushion pad to shape your petals. So you can use fun foam or whatever you have to give it some cushion. So to start out, for your bottom layer, I'm going to spray one time. And for the bottom layer, you want your petals to cup up. So I'm using the 8mm stylus, and I'm going to actually use the stylus to give it a deep press on each petal of my flower. So I'll do that to all my flowers and have it cup up really quickly. And then on the next layer, you'll have them cupping down. So I'll show you how I do that, because the design of this flower is a little different for each layer, so it's not like I can pause the video and come back and show you how everything looks, because each layer is shaped differently. So I'll just do each layer with you so you can see how I'm shaping my flowers. So you give it a deep press, and you may have to reshape them after you give the bottom layer a press in the middle, because the press may not be deep enough. So after you've pressed them, you flip it over, and then you give it a deep press in the middle again, and then you flip it over and look to see if it's cupped up enough. So you just press them again, give it a deep press to give it that shape. Give it a cup. Just break up those fibers and cup them up. This takes a little time to mold them. I'm rushing a little bit, so I apologize, but just cup them up and give them a deep press. So that's the first layer. Now for the middle layer, this is my two-tone look because I'm having them different, so I know that this is my middle layer. So I'm going to give it a spray, and then remember the third layer, which is the top layer, you don't spray it with water. So I know that this is my middle layer. I'm going to do it the opposite way. So I'm going to give it a deep press on this way. So I'm going to give it a deep press going this way. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. And it's cupping up nicely. with the stylus. And that's what gives it that shape, that different look. Now this one, I really don't give it a deep press in the middle, just a slight press like that. So here you can see up close how that one looks, and then here's how this one looks. Okay, now for this one, you just leave it dry. So what you're going to do is take your glue, here's my glue, and you're going to offset this one onto this one. So I'm going to glue, actually I'm going to glue on here, maybe easier. Come on glue, come on out. Alright. And then I'm going to let that dry while I shape my stamens, because you'll need it to dry thoroughly while so that when you curl your petals the flower does not come apart. So I'm going to give it a good press so that everything's stuck together like so. Okay. So then I'm going to take my other stylus, which is the 5mm, and shape my petals. I'm going to use black. I know it's hard to see, but some of my flowers I found yellow doesn't, they look okay, but you have to do what you feel is best for your project. So I'm going to just shape them really quickly. And I use 4 stamens, but you can use as many as you like, so you can have your centers as thick as you like. And for the middle, sometimes I will make it really tight. You don't have to cut it, but you know, you can just kind of give it a good press in the middle and then just glue them inside one another. So I'm going to do that right now. So actually, it's probably best to just glue the ends and then just stick them inside one another. So I'll do that right now. And I'll glue this in inside this other end. Usually it doesn't take this long to put this flower together, but while that's drying, I thought, well, actually I'm going to drop this other flower, so I'm going to pick this one up. I mean, this other stamens, I'm going to pick it up. It just popped on the floor, and here we go. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. So now I'm ready to shape my flower that's been, hopefully it's dry. So what you're going to do is take your brush and just curl like so to give it that star shape in the middle. Just curl it and get it that round look. Actually, if you do the tip, you probably get a tighter curl. So it gives it that curl. Then you go to the next petal and you curl that one like so. Just curl it like that. Hold it, and that gives it a bend, and then you just bend that one up. Then you go to the next one and give that one a curl. Just curl in the ends like in an angle and just give it a curl like that. Just hold it. Okay, here's the next one. Just curl. Make sure you're at the smallest end of your brush to give it a tight curl. It'll hold its shape. That. And the last one. Just curl at the tip of your brush. I mean, either or, if you are feeling comfortable using that tool. I used it for a couple of my flowers. I just didn't care for it that well. It just, on video, it just takes too long to use it for me, trying to get it in that little slit. So it just seemed easier with the brush. So I feel like more people have paint brushes around their house to use that instead of running out and buying those expensive tools. I had those on hand because I saw someone using it and I thought I needed it. But definitely, if you have these tools, use those. So I have all my ends curled, and as you can see, it's kind of forming like a star shape. And so you just push them up like so. And then you just offset it and glue this side, petal or flower onto this one and offset it. Give it a good press. Now this might be a good time if you want to add some sparkle, or you can do it afterwards, whatever you choose. If you have Wink Stella, you know, you can do that. I've done it either or, but for the sake of the video, I'll just skip that step. Give it some sparkle, you know, but here is my flower. So here you go. And here is my finished flower. I hope you can see all the shine and shimmer. And I really like the black stamens with the pink. I don't know what it is about black and pink, and then the black and the wine tone that I made with this one. And then I made this one. You know, they all turned out really nice. But then when I made the pink and the yellow, I mean, I guess it came out okay. But I just prefer the pink and the black. And I did do one in blue. And I colored the stamens brown at the tips. So, hope you enjoyed my tutorial and you found this helpful. I have not seen anyone make a flower quite like this. I'm doing my best to provide original content. So I hope that you found this style nice, you know, that it was a nice tutorial for you and you found it unique. I'm doing my best. So thank you for joining me today, and have a great day and take care.